Now this video is going to help you master the concept in Algebra 1. At the same time, it's also going to help you to revise your work on your quiz. So, for example, for number 1, we have 5 minus 8x minus 9 equals 4x minus 10 minus x. Now we agreed in our class that the easiest way to solve this is to make sure that we draw a line here by the equal sign. And then we agreed that all the x's, all the terms with x must be on the left side. So here we got negative 8, so we're keeping that negative 8 on the left side. And see that 4x, when you move it over, becomes minus 4x. And that minus x, when you move it over, becomes plus x. Now, notice that 4x became negative and negative x became positive because those terms, when we moved them over the line, over the bridge, over the equal sign, we have to change the sign. So if it's positive, it becomes negative, negative becomes positive. Now on the other side, we must have all the constants, all the numbers without the x, without the variable. So here I'm keeping negative 10, 5 over becomes negative 5, and then negative 9 over becomes positive 9. Again, when you move a number or a term over the equal sign, over the bridge, over the line, you have to change the sign. Now using your calculator or mental math, negative 8 minus 4 plus, and there's an invisible 1 here, so negative 8 minus 4 plus 1 will give you negative 11x. Okay, now for the other side of the line, we have negative 10 minus 5 plus 9 gives you negative 6. Negative 6. But because we are after with x, we have to divide both sides by negative 11, negative 11. So now you have, see that negative 11? You have to make sure your denominator is also negative. Using your calculator, negative 6 divided by negative 11, and then press, and then enter twice, you will get 6 over 11. And that is the final answer. Okay? Now if you have a question or if you need more time, you can just pause the video and master this question. Now here we go. Here we're going to talk about the sum of second and third integers of consecutive odd. Now last time we mastered that if we're talking about consecutive odd or even, we are going to be using, for the first number we have x, second number we have x plus 2, x plus 4, and then x plus 6, x plus 8, and so on. Okay? Now for this problem, we only need to get the sum of second. Okay? We have, this is the first, second, and the third. So we only need the second and third, so x plus 2, and then x plus 4. So if we add them, we get 2x and 6. But according to the problem, the sum would be 42. Okay? And now that we're done setting up, we can go ahead and move over that 6, move it over, becomes minus 6. Positive 6 over becomes minus 6. 2x equals 42 minus 6 is, using your mental math, 42 minus 6 is 36. Then divide both sides by 2. X equals 36 divided by 2 is 18. Now, 18 is the first number. So here, what is the fourth number? This is your first, second, third. Here you go. Your fourth is 6. So you gotta remember your x is 18. So we have 18 plus 6 because we're talking about the fourth. Okay, so that will give us 24. Okay, or if you want, you can do 18. Okay, let's say the question is even. Okay, let's say the question is, I forgot to edit that. Let's say the question is even. So we have, again, odd or even, they share the same formulas. So 18, 20, 22, and 24. So if we're looking for the fourth number, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. We have 24. 24 is the answer. Next. What is the number closest to 0 if the sum of 3 consecutive negative integers is negative 78? So here we are talking about consecutive integers. So again, before we learned that for the first number we have x, second number we have x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4, and so on. Okay? Now here we only need we only need the sum of 3 consecutive. So we're just going to use these 3. X plus 1, and then x plus 2, because we only need 3, add them together, becomes 3x plus 3 equals negative 78. Now let's go ahead and solve for x. We mastered the concept of solving for x by moving that plus 3 over, that plus 3 becomes minus 3. Now using your calculator, negative 78 minus 3 is negative 81. And then you can now divide both sides by 3. Negative 81 divided by 3 is negative 27. Okay, now here we go. First we got negative 27. What is the next number after negative 27? Now here it says you have to add by 1. So negative 27 plus 1, if you use your calculator mental math, you will get negative 26. Next number is negative plus 2, negative 25. Now, if you go back to the question, what is the number that is closest to 0? Now you have to remember, on the number line after 0, we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. So we agreed before that negative 1 is bigger than negative 100. Negative 1 is closer to 0 than negative 100. So here, which one do you think here is the closest number to 0? Again, compare negative 1 to negative 100, and negative 1 is close to 0, therefore negative 25, because it looks like the smaller number here, and actually the biggest number, because it's the opposite, it's negative. It's like negative 1 and negative 1 million. We're thinking that negative 1 million is bigger than negative 1, which is wrong. So negative 1, again, is bigger than negative 1 million or negative 100. That's why negative 25 is bigger than negative 27. That means negative 25 is the closest number to 0. Okay? In this problem, again, you really need to read the question, okay? Try reading the problem first. In this problem, we have two guys here. We have Marvin and Bryce. According to the problem, Marvin got 13 points less than. So here we go, 13 points less than Bryce. Therefore, Bryce is the one that's getting X, because we don't know the score of Bryce. What we know is Marvin gets minus 13 compared to Bryce's score. But the sum of their EOC points is 493. So here we go. That means I have to add them. X minus 13 plus X. We know that the sum is equal to 493. X plus X is 2X. But see that minus 13, you have to move it over, it becomes plus 13. And now you have 493 plus 13 is 506. And then you can go ahead and divide both sides by 506 divided by 2, the answer is 253. Okay. Now, who got 253? According to the problem, Bryce got 253. How about Marvin? 253 minus 13 is 240. But you have to remember to check it, add these two, make sure you get 493. Okay, that's about it.